Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for clicking on this video. Wanted to do a quick video giving you 5 tips that you need to do right now to get your listings ready for Q4 and just to kind of increase your sales in general. So without any further ado, let's go. So I thought I'd make this video to help some of you out there with your listings. I do a lot of research when it comes to my own items, and in doing so I come across a lot of different sellers with various styles of listing, and it just sometimes boggles my mind. And even though I'm looking in the solds usually, it sort of boggles my mind how this item may have even sold the way it may have been set up. So I want to help you with 5 things you can do right now to help your listings look even better than they already do. So you may have already implemented one or more of these different techniques that I'm about to show you, but if you haven't, please consider doing so. With Q4 coming, it's important as ever to be as competitive as you can. And these things are going to help you in your eBay search. And some of you may not know your items actually can appear in a Google search. Someone might not even be shopping on eBay, and they plug your item specifics in a Google search. Your item has a chance of coming up. It's important that you start cleaning up your listings because you're doing a lot of work putting these items up, and if you're not doing them the right way to where your customer is going to see your item, you're sort of wasting your time. Before I get started, I'm going to leave my best tip for last, so stay tuned to the end of this video to see what that is. By the way, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell as well so you can get updates whenever I make a video. So tip number 1 is title optimization, okay? And title optimization, you have 80 characters or 80 spaces, that's including your spaces, 80 characters to use when you're making your title. Okay, that's not a lot of room. Your first 5 words are the most important words in any title. Okay, most people start off a title with name brand, sometimes a model number, sometimes a color, sometimes an option, whatever that might be if you have more than one option in your item. And then finally, what the item is. So it could be a Nike, whatever that model number is, followed by gray as a color, large, running shoe, for instance. Okay, and so what your item actually is like the 6th or 7th word. And while your item will come up in search, it won't rank as high unless you have the key words in the top 5 words in that title, okay? And you want to think about it as this. What would you type in if you were looking for that very same item, okay? Most customers aren't going to know what that model number is. Most customers aren't going to know if it's an off-brand you're selling. They're not going to know that off-brand name, okay? So it's a good idea to put in the first 5 most relevant keywords in that title. If I had an off-brand item, I would never use that off-brand item in the beginning. Put it in the end, or sometimes not at all if you run out of room. The way you want to make these listings with your optimization, your title optimization, you want to put what it is. So if it's Nike, put Nike because it's a known brand. Many people are going to put Nike in when they're searching for a particular kind of or brand of shoe. But if it's not a Nike, if it's not a brand name shoe, for instance, I may put that at the end or not at all. But I might put, size 12, running shoe, gray, and whatever attributes are in there. I sell electronics, so for me, a lot of the stuff I sell are not necessarily name brand. So I sell electronics, so I may not have necessarily name brand items. So sometimes I won't even put that name brand in the listing, in the title, that is. So I might have a computer monitor. So I might have a 24-inch, so you can put 24-inch HD, because customers may want a high definition item. HD computer monitor, and then maybe put the brand and the model number, and if it supports a certain resolution. Use your entire title, the 80 characters, okay? If your title only takes up 60, find some keywords to fill in those last 20 letters. Could be maybe a feature, a key feature of the item. Maybe it's wireless. Put the word wireless in there. After your first 5 keywords, put the color. It might be black. It might use a USB connection. It might be a certain type of clothing, right? Put that attribute in there, but it does you no good to keep that blank, okay? So if you can maybe put a keyword near the end of your title that someone might type in when they're looking for your particular item, that is going to help rank your item in their particular search. Not everyone uses the same search terms, okay? So it's imperative that you give yourself as many opportunities as possible to show up in that customer's search. My second tip is item specifics, okay? eBay is really making a push with making sure that their listings on their platform have as many item specifics as possible. And I think there's a big reason for this. They've partnered up with Google, okay? And if someone is looking for a black dress, I'll just use that as an example, and you have a black dress, okay, and they have a certain black dress that they're looking for, they know exactly the make, they know the model, whatever that might be, the size, they know exactly the black dress that they want. So they go into Google. They're not even looking at eBay, okay? They go into Google, they type in all those things, the brand, the color, the model, sometimes the tags have a model on them, and black dress, and your item specifics share those keywords, there's a very good chance that your item will appear in search on Google. That top part of the Google search that allows you to scroll to see the various websites that contain that particular item. And so this is allowing eBay to expand their reach to other customers, not just the ones who may think about going onto eBay. You want to fill out as many item specifics as you can. And the way you can do that, if you're not sure, if you're dealing with a brand new item with tags or with the retail box, a lot of times, of course, you'll find the UPC number on those things. Above the UPC code, in many cases, you can find a unique code with letters and numbers. That's usually your model number, okay? And you can always scan the UPC code in a Google search and find more specifics on that particular item. Or you can do the same thing in an eBay search with your UPC number, or type in the item itself. Find that item under sold listings that have already been sold. Open up the listing and scroll down about a quarter of the way through that listing and find the item specifics for that sold item, and copy that information. If it's the same item, there's no reason why you can't use those same item specifics for your item. But eBay is making a huge transition to this. They're coming out on the 14th of September with some more rules that they won't tell us about regarding item specifics, but they're really making a huge push. And if you want to get your item higher in search and have a better chance of being under what is considered best match, most customers do a search using best match, okay? That's the standard default search. It's going to help your item rank higher in that particular buyer's search. So make sure you're filling out as many of the item specifics, and don't guess. Make sure you have that information. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But those are the places you can look. Sold listings and other websites or manufacturer's website that might have that information. My third tip is checking your prices. Guys, I do a lot of research for my own items, and with my research I come across items that I just kind of wonder, how is this person going to sell this item priced this high? Or I've seen items that looks like they've sold within an hour of being listed, and it's because the person just underpriced their item, like they're having a yard sale or something. It just makes me just kind of scratch my head, and that's due to one thing. People that have those kind of results where they're not selling their items, or they're selling their items for too cheaply, it's because they're not doing their homework. And so that's why you're watching this video, right? You want to do your homework, figure out, how am I going to pick up my sales? And one of the ways to do this is based on the condition of your item. You want to price your item accordingly to how it has already sold on eBay. So you check the solds, and for those of you who don't know how to do that kind of research, go and do an eBay search, type in the item in the search bar, okay? And then down the left-hand column, you'll find sold items. Click on that button, and it will display all the sold items. You'll see the prices in green. That tells you that you're looking at sold items. And find the item that best matches your condition, okay? If your item isn't new, guys, don't sell it as new. It's a return waiting to happen, and it's just going to be a headache. Find and appropriately grade and unbiasedly grade your item for the condition and price it accordingly. If you want to undercut your competition by $1 or $2, knock yourself out. But I wouldn't go any further than that, okay? If you have a clean looking listing, if the information is clear, you have it priced competitively, you have a great title like we talked about earlier, your item's going to sell. So make sure you go through your listings, compare it to what your competitors have already sold their items for, and go back and reprice your items accordingly. It's going to help you move that merchandise. My fourth tip is one that many YouTubers that talk about eBay sales generally don't really discuss all that much. And the reason why it's important to me is because I have a background in communication and in dealing with customers and communicating back and forth with customers, okay? I know for a fact that this is probably one of the most important tips you can learn, but many people who haven't interfaced with customers, haven't run their own business, haven't had to deal with customers on a daily basis, aren't going to think about how important this is, but it really, really is. And that is your communication with your customer. And I would say, for one, if you do not have the eBay app logged in with your account on your smartphone, you're going to be missing out here. That's the one thing I'd have you do right now. Get that eBay app on your smartphone and sign in on that. Allow for notifications from eBay so that you can get those messages, because customers will ask questions. So customers are going to have questions. Could be anything. Could be they're not clear about the measurements you've put in for the clothing that you're selling. It could be that the item number or the model number for the item isn't quite accurate, or maybe they're just trying to see if you can tell them that this item is going to meet their needs. When customers shop online, they have a problem, like you and I do. When we're buying something online, we have a problem. We're going on to find a solution to our problem. In many cases, that's through buying something. They're trying to reach out to you to see if you can help them solve that problem. And when that notification comes through that eBay app or through your PC, and you just, what we call, ghost that customer, meaning that you just ignore the that friendly little tone that we as sellers grow to love to hate. We need to love it, because really that's your customer trying to communicate to you, whether there's a problem, or whether they're wanting to legitimately know about your item because they're interested in your item, you need to be proactive and as quickly as possible. Now, you might be out and about, you might be driving, you might be doing something very important. By all means, finish doing that. But as soon as you have a free moment, get back on there, look at that message, and get back to that customer, okay? Same thing rings true with the best offer. Customers are right now buying your item. They go in and make an offer on your item. They're not going to wait for you. They're going to continue looking for that item because they have a problem they need to solve. So if they come across a similar item, they may have just made a best offer to you, but they may go and find another item. And now that's another issue you have to deal with when you wake up in the morning and you finally approve that best offer. They may not pay for it. That might be one reason why, as sellers, we see a lot of customers who do best offer, make an offer on your item, you accept it a day later, and you never hear from them again because they've already solved their problem. So you want to be proactive. You hear that notification from eBay, you want to get on there and you want to answer that question or approve that best offer if it works for you, of course. And you're going to increase your sales, and you're going to get that customer by answering their question. They're going to, if it works for them by the answer you give, if it works for them, they're going to jump all over it. They're truly interested enough in typing a message to you about your item. They're ready to buy, okay? And so don't wait. I find that the faster you get on it, they're impressed. It helps, they've never met you before. First impressions are everything. If you get back to a customer quickly, wow. If this person was that quick to get back to me, just imagine they're going to probably ship this pretty fast. And if I have an issue, they're probably going to get back to me quickly. So you set that good first impression with your customer. Communication is really important in this business, and you're going to see your sales increase if you get back to your customers quickly and not just whenever you feel like it. Okay, before I get to my last best tip that I can give you, and this one I just found out here about a week ago. Please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell icon. Only 13% of my subscribers even do that. Please, whenever I have a video come out, it's going to pop up right there for you and let you know that I have a new video out. So with that said, my top tip for increasing your sales is fix your photos. Now, not everyone has a fancy photo booth that they can go out and take pictures on. Maybe you're a part-time seller. You just really don't have the time or the money to invest in a fancy photo setup. That's fine. I've invested money in a photo setup. It works, but it's not perfect. I still have yellowing in my photos. As much as I try, I have LED lights. I have a light above my photo space. I have a nice white vinyl background, and I still can't get the photo as perfect as I'd like, at least as compared to, say, your Walmart, your Amazon, your Target photos, photos that customers are used to when they're shopping. So I came across this link, and I'll put it down below here in just a second. It's going to be a godsend and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in just a second, but it will help remove all the background in your photos, and it will put a nice white translucent background. So when it goes up on eBay, it's going to be a nice white background, and it's really going to define your item, okay? And the way you do this is you take your photo, find you can do this on I see a lot of people, they take photos of items on their bed, they take photos of items on their floor, they take photos of items on their coffee table. And I guess for some items, it just doesn't matter where you take a photo of it from, but it's not professional, okay? And because we don't all have the resources to go out and buy this fancy equipment, this is going to be a godsend to a lot of you. So there's a website. It is www.remove.b as in boy, G as in girl. So remove.bg. And that site, it'll have a little blue button for you to upload, and you basically go in, you take your photos beforehand. Okay, you can do this now if you want to test it out. Take a photo and go onto that site, and it will remove that background. And I'll show you a photo right now. This is a photo of a cup that my awesome wife made me a couple years ago, and taking a photo of it with just my house in the background. Just put it on a shelf and took a photo of it. And here's the after photo of using this filter, and it'll take your background out. Okay, and so what happens is this particular software, they try to charge you. Now, you don't need the highest resolution photo for eBay. Just the preview photo is good enough for you to post that as your eBay photo, and it fits just perfectly. I've never had a problem. The key I found to making your photos really work with this particular background removal is to try to fill up your photo with as much of the product as you can. Don't leave a lot of gaps, okay? And this will work. It's really nice. And now I do find that customers do want to see a non-stock looking photo. And if you have a picture of the box or another photo of the item with a half decent background as one of your photos, by all means put that in there so it shows the customer you have the item and you're not a drop shipper, or they can tell that is the item they're actually receiving. Coming up here in Q4, your customers are going to be shopping. They're going to be shopping everywhere. Amazon, Walmart, Target. They're going to use eBay. And if they come across an item that has a good photo on eBay at a better price than Target, Walmart, or Amazon, they are probably going to buy that item. But what first stops that customer and actually gets them to start looking at your item is that photo. And if that photo is of the item on your bed, on your floor, in your garage, that customer is going to keep going. Okay, so you want to make that first impression. Now, if you're not really sure how to lay your items out, go to Walmart, go to Target, go to Amazon, and look and see how they actually set up their items to take a photo. And then take that item, put it on your coffee table, put it on your floor in the same way. Take that same angle that you see, take that photo, and then go to that remove.bg, and your item's going to look a lot like the photos that you're looking at on your competitor's website. It's going to do a lot for your items. And so those are the 5 tips that I have that you can do right now that's going to help your sales. And you got a month starting September right now, September 1st. You have a month to get your items in order because Q4 is coming up quick, okay? And for those of you who have a lot of items out there for sale, you got 30 days to get on it. But implement as many of these things as you can. Hey, congratulations to any of you who've already implemented all 5. If you have any other tips that you can share that I haven't covered, please leave them down below in the comments. If you like this video, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. I'll come out with another video here, but I just wanted to, with Q4 coming, I wanted to get this out to you guys so you can start thinking about how you can improve your sales coming up here in Q4. So flipping ain't easy. My only advice to you, because it isn't easy, is to keep listing, keep selling, and knock it out the park. Until then, we'll talk to you next time.